What about running YouTube ad campaigns to generate PR? So, look, basically, YouTube ad campaigns are really interesting. So, if you look at, for example, the Dollar Shave Club, so Google Dollar Shave Club viral and look at them as a success story. They basically used one or a couple of videos, ran ads to them, and used that to ultimately build a $1 billion company. Okay, billion with a B. They had a couple of videos, let me repeat that again, that were comical, engendered and fostered their culture and their style and their target audience. They ran ads to it and they used it to build a $1 billion company. So again, it really relates to what is the purpose of what you're trying to do with PR. And if you want to get in front of relevant people, if you want to launch something, if you want to, as a consequence, especially if the nature of whatever you're running an ad campaign to is viral, interesting, fun, and therefore is worth sharing, then why not ultimately spend some money with ad campaigns? So whereas Facebook, and again, Facebook can be used in ultimately a similar fashion when it comes to something that's worth sharing, but you can really consider just wider audiences in general. You can't target by job titles on YouTube, at least yet. So you're going to target people that are based upon, a demographic lookup, as well as people you can run videos against, for example, particular playlists. So depending upon where your potential audience is, whoever your audience are, you can run ads on popular channels and use that as a way to drive traction. So for example, if my audience is founders of startups, then I might, for example, look at channels that relate to entrepreneurship, that look to raising venture capital and things of that ilk. And I could use that to get ultimately PR by, or really generate leads. But when it comes to public relations, again, look at the stuff that you think journalists could potentially be looking at, but also then frame whatever it is that you're building as something that's worth sharing. Okay, so it's got to be it's just got to be newsworthy and shareworthy. Okay, so that's the point here. And shareworthy always has a bit of a comical edge to it, typically, or something that creates shock and awe. So give these elements and considerations as you then consider running YouTube ad campaigns to generate ultimately, content that just gets reshared effectively. And that's the big advantage with video adverts in general, that if they're good bloody adverts, they can develop a life of their own and go gangbusters when it comes to going viral. And therefore, consequently, through people sharing, through people tweeting, liking, commenting, it can get caught by journalists also and create a bit of a media firestorm. There's also so much business and secondary, ultimately, insights and energy that comes from that. So look at YouTube ad campaigns to generate PR.